Are we live? I believe so. Hello everyone, and if you're watching this on March 14th, which is the day I streamed this, you will know that it's Pi Day. And if you've... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to blast your ears off. There we go, that's a lot better. There we go. Okay, you saw the thumbnail. Today we are ranking different types of pie. I will... 1 minute. Can I? I can. Just gonna, Things might be a little chunky since, it's very windy where I am. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's very windy where I am. So, things might be a little funky, but that's okay, that's okay. We'll still have fun. Hello and welcome to... Okay, I'm just going to... Oh, I didn't transition yet. Oops. There we go. Hopefully my stream is a little less chunky than my first attempt at VTubing. There we go. Okay, so the tier lists are fairly, you know, the tiers are fairly self-explanatory. I'm just gonna add an extra one, add row below. Huh? No, bad ad. Okay, so at the very top, which I'm assuming is supposed to be S tier, is absolutely incredible, amazing, wow. Under that is great, but not quite irresistible. Next up, good, but can only have every once in a while. Then we have then absolutely not, no way, no comment, and finally, never tried. So, let's get into it. Now, apple. Apple is my favorite pie, or one of my favorite pies. It goes right up in absolutely incredible, amazing, wow. Because apple pie is the best pie. And I'm not taking any sort of criticism. This is absolute. Next up we have banana cream. Now, either I've never had banana cream, or it's been a long time. I mean, I'll try it, but, You know, I'm not a huge, okay, now this is going to be a bit controversial, but I actually like the fake banana flavor. Don't ask me why, I just dig it. But I'm not a huge, like, actual banana dessert person, so I'll just put in good, but can only have once in a while. Blackberry. Now, I've never had blackberry pie before. The thing is, I'm not a huge blackberry person. I mean, it's okay, but I like the sweeter things, and however, if paired with a nice sweet crust, the tartness of the blackberry might complement it. But, I've never tried it. Now, blueberry pie, I'm sure I've had blueberry pie before. Now, the thing is, it looks a bit runny in this, and I'm not a huge... When it comes to pies, I don't like it when it's runny. Now, cherry pie. I've had cherry pie before, but the thing is that, like I said, sometimes it's a bit too runny, and it's okay. It's just okay. Now, chocolate pie. I'm gonna say something controversial again. I'm not a huge chocolate person. Yeah, you guys, wait, don't unsubscribe yet, please. It's just, there's just better things than chocolate. Now, coconut cream. I love coconut cream. You know, funnily enough, coconut is one of those things that people tend to not like if they're a bit on the picky eater side, and chocolate is one of those things that pretty much anyone can eat even if they're a picky eater. For me, it's the exact opposite. I'd put it in great but not quite irresistible. Now, key lime pie. I like key lime pie enough. I mean, it's fairly tart. I'm not a huge tart person when it comes to pies because, in my opinion, dessert pies should be sweet. And don't come at me with those shepherd pies or cottage pies or whatever. We're talking about sweet pies. No other kind allowed, okay? We good? Okay. So key lime pie, yeah, it's an every once in a while type of pie. Now, lemon meringue. Now, I had a phase where I made meringues, like, you know, the white stuff on the lemon meringue. It's good, but, like, it takes forever to bake, to, like, cook. And, you know, sometimes it's just not worth it. I think the sweetness and it's not really tart. It's not really sour, it's more of tart. The tartness of the lemon, I think, complements it well, but it's just not my favorite pie. Now, pear pie. I can't be the only one that thinks this looks just like apple pie. Maybe I just need my eyes checked, or maybe I just need to try more pies, but I've never tried it, and I think that is a tragedy. Now, pecan pie. I like pecans enough. They're okay. But the thing is with pecan pie, there's like a weird jelly consistency to it that throws me off. It's, eh. Now, pumpkin pie. I mean, I like it enough, but it's just not my favorite. It's just kind of there. I don't know how controversial that is, but, you know, like I said, I'm not a huge pumpkin pie person. However, I will not forgive Animal Crossing New Horizons for classifying it as a savory recipe instead of a sweet recipe, where the rest of the pies go. Now, strawberry pie. Unfortunately, I have never tried strawberry pie, but it does look delicious. Now, sweet potato pie. Once again, I can't say that I've had sweet potato pie, but, I mean, I'm sure it has its place. Once again, I regret to say I have never tried it. But, I mean, I'm willing to. I'm going to try. Doesn't mean I'll like it. It just exists. Now, since that was the short tier list, and I've got some time, we are going to look at another pie tier list. You know, just see what pops up, you know. Just kind of, you know, goof around. Maybe it's under types of pie. We'll find more there. Oh, I just did this one. Oops. Do you guys have a favorite pie? I mean, I'm of the opinion, like you've seen my opinions. Apple pie is S tier in my books. But what about you guys? Oh, and this one does not have any, it does not have any, like, oh, here's what this pie is. Here's what this pie is. There's none of that, unfortunately. And, okay, cheesecake? Cheesecake, okay. We're going off topic, but here we go. Is cheesecake a pie or cake? Listen, y'all know what you signed up for when it comes to wandering around, okay? We're gonna wander around and we're gonna have fun. Okay, let's look at, the most reliable of all sources, Wikipedia. Because why wouldn't you? Okay, it's a dessert. Savory? Who has smoked salmon cheesecake? No. Okay, culinary classification. Modern cheesecake is usually not considered an actual cake, despite the name, compared with Boston cream pie. Some people classify it as a torte, due to the use of many eggs, which are the sole source of leavening as a key factor. Others find compelling evidence that it is a custard pie, based on the overall structure with a separate crust, soft filling, and absence of flour. What's a custard pie? Some sources identify it as a flan or a tart. Who's out there calling this a flan? Okay, raise your hand in the chat or in the comment section if you think that a cheesecake counts as a flan. I better not see any hands. Okay, so what's with Boston cream pie? Okay, that's just a cake. That's not a pie, that's definitely a cake. Okay, let's get a closer look at this. See, that's very much cake. You have the cake right here, and that's very much a cake. See, it even says it's a cake on Wikipedia, the most reliable of all sources. Now, what is a torte? Multi-layered cake. Okay. Well, I wouldn't call cheesecake a torte either, because that's like actual cake, and cheesecake is usually just filling. Like, lots of filling. I mean, okay, a custard pie. Now what makes a custard pie? Uncooked custard mixture added to an uncooked or partially cooked crust and baked together. Oh. I think it's closer to a custard pie. However, I also believe that cheesecake is its own entity and does not wish to be confined to cake versus pie. The crust can be made of sponge cake? You learn something new every day. Now, I have a massive sweet tooth, and maybe it's just me, but I think that having a like sponge cake crust would make it a bit too sweet. Okay, we're just gonna hop around in Wikipedia, see what we find. Apple crisps count as pie? Okay. I guess. Bean pie from the United States. You can't see. I don't think that my disgust comes through in the model, but I'm not even mad. Just disappointed. I thought we were better than that. Actually, no, we are not better than this. A sweet custard pie with a filling of mashed beans, sugar, butter, milk, and spice. I don't know, that just sounds like a worse apple pie. Not apple pie, that just sounds like a worse like pumpkin pie. Black bun pie. Oh, it's a fruit cake. Okay, a black bun. That's okay. It's a fruit cake. That's not a pie. That's not a pie. I don't care what you guys say in the comments or in chat. A black bun cake. It's a fruit cake covered in crust. That is not a pie. I won't even call it a tart or a flan either. Cantaloupe pie. I don't know. I'm not a huge cantaloupe person. I'm a lot more of like a honeydew person, which is funny because honeydew is also one of those, fruits that is associated with, or that, well, okay, rephrasing it. Honeydew is one of the less popular fruits I've noticed in the US. And I believe that when it comes to like the three melons, watermelon is the most popular, rightly so. Then comes cantaloupe and finally honeydew. But also, cantaloupe is not a pie fruit, if that makes sense. That's something you eat raw. That's something you eat raw. But maybe I'm just petty. Cookie cake pie. That's just too many. That's too many desserts in one. I'm not the type of person to say you have to choose either cookie or cake or pie, but all in one dessert, that seems a bit excessive. Or maybe I'm just a killjoy. Either one works. Custard, we're also including tarts and flans. Okay, I do love egg tarts, although I wouldn't call it a pie. Flan. That's not what a flan is, right? This is the flan. This is what I was thinking of. So, okay. Fried pie. Okay, I am not a huge fried pie person. I'm not sure if you guys have a Popeyes where you live, but the Popeyes local to me, I mean, it's sometimes it sells fried pies, and it's just okay. There's better pies out there. You deserve better. And if your favorite pie is a fried pie, who'll hurt you? I'm kidding. Green grape pie. Okay. Grapes are not a fruit or a pie fruit. It's not a pie fruit, okay? I'm sure that somebody out there likes it, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a fruit or a pie fruit. I'm assuming this is pronounced kuchen. But that's just a cake. That's not a pie. Lemon icebox pie. That looks closer to a tart. Well, that's definitely a pie, but... Okay, tangent again. You know what? You're here for the tangents. And if you aren't, well... You're here for the tangents. I don't know how to say this to you, but you are here for the tangents. But if a food looks too fancy, I'm just not gonna eat it because it looks so nice that I feel bad about ruining the presentation. I don't think that's a hot take. Manchester tart. That looks good enough. Meat and potato pie, meat pie. Melton Mowbray pork pie. Hey, UK, England specifically. Who hurt you? You invaded the entire world for spices, and you make this. This is why people on the internet say that white people can't cook. Mustard tart? France, come on. You're supposed to be like really cool with all of your pastries and your breads and stuff. You're supposed to be cool. This is supposed to be your bread and butter. Mustard tarts? Why? You guys are better than this. See, even Wikipedia doesn't have a picture because it is disgusted by your country's deeds. Just why? Okay, it's closer. Okay, puff pastry, Dijon mustard. A cheese. Another cheese. Okay, so this is closer to like, this is like a quiche without the egg. Oops. This is not a tart. It's a quiche without an egg. And don't come for me in the comments if you're a big stickler for this. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just... Peanut pie. I don't know why I've never considered peanut pie. Well, I guess part of it is that I'm not a huge peanut person. I'm not a huge nut person when I think about it. Pie, okay, that's... You're stretching it. See, a quiche, that's a quiche. A mustard pie, it's a quiche that isn't. It's a quiche without the egg. The main ingredient. Raisin pie? Who puts raisins in pie? I mean, or at least as the main ingredient. Who hurt you? Blink twice if you... I need to stop making this joke. You know what? No, I'm gonna run this into the ground. Raisin pie. Raisins are not that good. When you open up a box and you're get your grubby little fingers in it to eat your raisins. It's waxy. It's waxy. And then when you eat it, it's like, okay, maybe I'm just overly acting. No, I am overly acting. And I'm gonna run with this. Raisin pie. No. Stop it. Rappy pie. Raspberry pie. Samosa counts as a pie? You learn something new every day. Saskatoon berry. What's a Saskatoon? Oh! They almost look like blueberries. Sausage roll. That's not a pie. Whoops. Don't want to hit the microphone. That's not a pie. That is a roll. It says it in the name. It's a roll. Now she goes. Ah. Ah. Stargazy, or I'm gonna pronounce it as Stargazy. Stargazy pie. Why are there like entire fish out? Oh. UK. England. Why? Sugar cream pie. I don't know. That sounds way too sweet for me. Single crust pie made with flour, butter, salt, vanilla, and cream with brown sugar or maple syrup. That sounds nice, but the picture's not doing it. The picture is not doing. Oh, excuse me. The lighting is not doing this pie any favors, and also it has a jelly consistency. I think you guys probably know by now that when it comes to desserts, I'm not a huge jelly person. Or at least, I really dislike the jelly consistency. Tart conversation. Okay, that looks okay. Frangipan. Oh, it's an almond custard. That looks interesting. I'd try it. Treacle tart. Treacle tart. I remember reading about that in Harry Potter, and I was like, what is a treacle? Now, fun fact about my username, I chose it back when I was really into Harry Potter. Before J.K. Rowling did her thing, or was really open about her thing. I was in the Ravenclaw house, thus the wise part of my username, and the, Puckwudgie house for Overmorning healer. So, there we have it. And, funnily enough, I don't talk about it often on the channel, but I do play D&D, and I like to play clerics, which are healers, and their casting ability, or their, casting modifier comes from their wisdom modifier. So, take that, J.K. Rowling. Please step off of Twitter and touch some glass. But also, treacle tart. Now that I'm looking at it, it's also got that jelly consistency that I'm not a fan of. Okay, a whoopie pie, that's not even a pie. That's closer to a cake. Okay, we're all clear on that. Okay. Well, this was a bit of a shorter stream than I expected, but I had a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging around. I know that, I haven't been streaming very regularly, but hopefully everyone is okay with this kind of more casual content. So until next time. Bye.